All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We're here once again for another live stream. It's been good. The channel and myself, we've been very consistent in regards to doing the live stream on a regular basis, bringing you the latest Chelsea transfer news and discussing amongst us. It's been really good to have you guys on a consistent basis as well. To be dropping down every single day and participating in the discussion. It's been fantastic. Thank you so much for always tuning in, which is great to see. Good to see quite a lot of you already joining in. Smash the like button as soon as you come through. Henry, good to see you. Big up to you as well. Starboy, good to see you. Ms. The GOAT, thank you so much. Accolades, I really think we should try to keep Ziyech, but I can't see him wanting to stay, and I can't blame him for that. He's tried to build his value in this World Cup. Will be a waste if we keep benching him. We'll definitely talk about all of that very soon. But first up, we want to talk about Joao Felix. Joao Felix is the latest talk. Apparently, it is out there in public that he wants to leave Atletico Madrid. He really wants to leave Atletico Madrid, and we can see it as well. He's not getting utilized over there. There's something definitely not right between Joao Felix and Diego Simeone. And yeah, the matter is probably going to be very close to finishing up with Atletico Madrid, which means he has to move. Digital Film Reviews, good to see you, my man. RS7, good to see you. Al Hassan, Jitonga, Omo, great to see all you guys, honestly. Much appreciated. The World Cup keeps getting better and better by Jitonga. Yeah, man, it's been a sensational World Cup. I can't even lie. I really I've really got into this World Cup. We don't need Felix. We got Havertz. We'll talk about this. I think a lot of people are saying this. Having a bad day, Miz. Hope it turns around, Valen, man. Really sad to hear this. Yeah, when you're having a bad day, just take a moment, man. Just take a moment, sit down, chill, relax, and just assess what's going on and then move on with it. Better days will be around the corner, man. Better days will be around the corner. Okay, first up, ladies and gentlemen, let's get cracking into this. Joao Felix wants to leave Atletico Madrid. His agent, Jorge Mendes, has already spoken to several clubs, including Chelsea, with Atletico setting the starting price at 140 million euros. That's incredible amount of money, honestly. PSG, Arsenal, and Bayern Munich also interested. I want to see, how long does he have? Joao Felix, how long does he have for his contract for him to be worth so much? Let me just have a quick keys at this. 2026, that's probably why. Yeah, June 2026. So by the end of this season, there'll be 3 more seasons left. So yeah, okay. I understand why he's probably worth that much money. I mean, Atletico Madrid paid a lot of money for this particular player, so they're going to try and recoup as much as possible. Look, yesterday he had a sensational game. There's no doubt about that. He was running the show. Yesterday, Joao Felix was absolutely running the show. His passing was sublime. His positional awareness, the way he was pressing and winning the ball back, his pace was really good, and the way he was linking up with Gonçalo Ramos. There's a lot of hype about Gonçalo Ramos, man. There's a lot of Benfica fans that will tell you, just calm down. I know he scored a hat-trick, but there's a lot of development still needs to happen for Gonçalo Ramos. But Joao Felix linked up really well with Ramos. He really linked up well. My thing is, there's that inconsistency about him, and that goes with a lot of our Chelsea players. And a lot of people try and compare him with Havertz. I personally feel he's technically a little bit more sound than Havertz. I think he's got a little bit more 1v1 ability than Kai Havertz. I think he's a little bit more dynamic than Kai Havertz, a bit more robust does have a little bit more vision. Just everything is a little bit more than Kai Havertz. I feel like with Joao Felix. He can score goals, Joao Felix. He can make goals as well. He can assist. But there is that inconsistency with him as well. He's 23, so he's another young player. I don't mind him. I wouldn't mind him at Chelsea Football Club. But personally, I don't know whether this is going to happen. Like I know Starlet is saying Mendes and Todd have a good relationship. That's true. That is true, because Jorge Mendes was speaking to Todd Bowley about Cristiano Ronaldo a lot last summer. And not just Cristiano Ronaldo. I think Rafael Leao is also Jorge Mendes' client. Joao Felix, obviously, and there's many more. So, yeah, Jorge Mendes and Todd Bowley, they've got a good relationship. But just think about it for a second. Why would Joao Felix, in this current state in January, want to go to Chelsea? Like, if the options are PSG, Arsenal, Bayern Munich, I definitely think about PSG. Whether he gets an opportunity to start week in, week out in PSG, I don't think so, because you've got Neymar, you've got Mbappe, you've got Messi, but Neymar potentially could be down with injury here and there. He's injury prone, Neymar. Can Messi play every single game? Quite possibly not. So there could be an opportunity there, of course. Arsenal, they are looking strong, man. Their football, in terms of their philosophy, has improved immensely since last season. Even last season, you can see incremental changes happening. They were getting better. Bayern Munich is definitely somewhere I can see Joao Felix going. With Sadio Mane out for a little bit, there's talks about Kingsley Coman, which we'll touch on. Apparently, we're in for a swap conversation with Kingsley Coman, and Pulisic will touch on that. So there could be an opportunity in Bayern Munich, perhaps, and Bayern Munich would definitely like to have that type of a player. Starlet is saying we have a great project here. Look, Starlet, we have a great project. Understood, but just put yourself in Joao Felix's shoes. Our great project is based on what Fabrizio Romano is saying, is buying all of these really, really, really young players. Joao Felix is young, but I'm talking about really young, like 16, 17, 18-year-olds that we're going for. The Brazilian player, Andre Santos, or whoever he was, Endrick has gone to Real Madrid. It's happening for Real Madrid. Like, we're getting, and Endrick, by the way, 72 million euros for a 16-year-old. I don't know what type of a precedent that sets, man. I don't think that's a good precedent. If a 16-year-old is going for 72 million euros, you can just imagine what's going to happen to players that are up and ready. But that's by the by. But I understand we have a great project here, but the project is in a baby status at the moment. It's in its infant status. It's very hard to try and get players like Joao Felix to come in and believe in this right now. I mean, it's possible. It is possible. Obviously, we've done this with Christopher Nkunku. But I think there's a good relationship that was happening with Red Bull Leipzig, and the financial terms obviously would have attracted Christopher Nkunku. And I don't know whether when that particular contract has happened. Like, did Christopher Nkunku do this before Thomas Tuchel? Because there was apparently talks that the medical was done way back in September anyway. So was he expecting Thomas Tuchel to stick around? But then again, I mean, look, I'm pretty sure he knows that Graham Potter's the manager, so he's probably agreed on this. So look, I mean, Felix, he could potentially come to Chelsea, but in my mind, I'm just thinking, when you've got PSG, when you've got Bayern Munich, I don't know why would you choose Chelsea now ahead of those two teams? So I don't know whether, and to be honest, even Newcastle, like I tweeted earlier today, Newcastle, if they got someone like Joao Felix, they could potentially set themselves up for a top 4 finish, like confirm them for a top 4 finish. Like, I don't even know whether we are going to make top 4. I'm not even sure. Like, there's a lot of uncertainties. Now, we could potentially look at getting Joao Felix on a loan, maybe on a short-term loan, if no one's out there trying to get them on a full purchase. Man United are apparently up for a full purchase. Man United are going to be chasing this particular player. They're really keen on getting Joao Felix. But I'd probably question Joao Felix if he goes to Man United ahead of us, because I feel like Chelsea and Man United are probably in the same sort of boat at the moment, trying to rebuild again, new project and whatnot, you want to call it. I would have him. I definitely would have him in Chelsea Football Club, but does he choose us? That's the big one. Felix needs to be safe from Simeone. I'm seeing Aston Villa in the mix, which is laughable. How's Aston Villa in the mix? That's mad. No disrespect, he deserves a top UCL club. Yeah, look, I can't see Aston Villa being in the mix. That's mad. Whoever's saying that, that's crazy. But yeah, Joao Felix. I want to ask you guys, like, would you guys be satisfied if that's a player that comes in January? Does Joao Felix immediately make us better? Where does he fit in as well in the bigger scheme of things? Where would he play for Chelsea Football Club? Potentially on the left with a striker up front, much like what we did much like what Portugal did, with Gonçalo Ramos and Joao Felix just behind him. Apparently, there's a latest tweet from Fabrizio Romano. Thank you so much, Starlet, for pointing that out. Let's have a look. Something about Amrabat as well, which is interesting. Joao Felix on his future. I'm completely focused on the World Cup. My agent doesn't tell me anything about what's going to happen, nor does he want to. I need to be focused on now. I need to be focused on the now to play a great tournament. Of course, look, this is what they're going to say, undoubtedly. But you know he's going to have to leave. So, yeah. I don't know whether Joao Felix on a permanent, it seems like a very similar type of a player to me with Nkunku. Now, I don't mind having Nkunku and Joao Felix together. Like, it's just, I need something different. Like, I feel like I need something different. I'm a little bit, I like Joao Felix. Like, I think he can be creative, but he is inconsistent as well. Don't kid yourself. He is inconsistent as well. Had enough of these number 10 type pointless players. Can go back to 8s and wingers, please. Yeah, I feel like need a winger, need a proper explosive winger, proper 1v1. Chelsea need to sign Amrabat and Bono. Amrabat, wow, what a stunning match he had, man, and what a stunning World Cup he's having as well. 100 million for Leao, 140 million for Felix. Look, I would take Leao. There's no, his finish yesterday was filthy. His finish against Switzerland was crazy. But I have to point something out, ladies and gentlemen. Rafael Leao, off the ball, he better work. Like, I'm telling you right now. I just don't know. I just get this odd feeling about Rafael Leao that sometimes there could be a bit of an attitude thing. I don't know sometimes whether he feels like he completely is switched on in the game. Yesterday, that goal, unbelievable finish. But just think for a second, man. Think for a second. I think as a fan base, we need to start thinking when we invest huge money now. We've been burnt, man. We've been burnt. And look, I am not saying don't get Leao. I'm more than willing to get Leao. But I'm just putting a caveat. I'm just getting you guys to think. Because I can honestly picture once we get a player like Leao coming in, and the first signs of him not running around and not showing the attitude, he's got the talent. Don't get me wrong. He's got the talent. Can he have the attitude on a regular basis. That is what worries me, because another 100 million, we've seen what these type of players have done for us. But I would take Joao Felix, I would take Rafael, but you cannot deny that there is concerns. Joao Felix, there is a lot of purple patches, and then there is a lot of inconsistencies. Joao Felix has been crazy good this World Cup. Chelsea should go all out for him. The way he was just gliding past defenders was a thing of beauty. He was. I'm keen to see how they do against Morocco. I think Morocco's defense will be stunning. Mount, Kai, and Kuka Felix all going to end up playing on the wing. Then we will wonder why they aren't succeeding. Because to be honest, a lot of the stars doesn't do much defensive work. Yeah, but do you know what, Starlet? That in this day and age, it is an issue. Maybe you can have one player. Like I know recent times I've said, look, hey, why not get Ronaldo at Chelsea Football Club? There are different ways to win a game. You can still have Ronaldo and not put immense defensive duties on him, but then the rest of the team. You look at Argentina. It's not like Messi does a lot of defensive stuff. Like there's a lot of walking. Messi walks a lot throughout the match, but they build a game around him. They allow him to walk. They don't want him to burn himself, or they don't want him to press like a headless chicken. Do you know what I mean? They built up a system which then makes the rest of the team work twice as hard to compensate for his, luxury. And it is a luxury that you want to have anyway, because that's Messi. But you can't then have too many players like that in your team. You can have maybe one, and you can build a team around that player to compensate for their defensive work rate, but you can't then have too many. Other players will have to. In this day and age, I'm telling you right now, there's a reason why sometimes teams like Leeds or teams like Brighton, like they can outplay you simply because every single one of their players will work supremely hard. And not just working hard, they're technically good as well. So you got to have a bit of both. You can't just be complete pace and just a workaholic, but if you don't have the technique, that's no good either. You got to mix the technique with the workaholic attitude. That's when you get the best out of it. Velan, thank you so much for the super chat. I say, look at Juventus youngsters, gems like Sule. I don't know who that is. Velan, you might have to let me know who this particular player is. But yeah, look, Joao Felix, a loan could be interesting in January. I'm not even going to lie. A loan probably would be quite interesting. Okay, next up, ladies and gentlemen, let's have a look at some of the other news that's been going around. Chelsea reportedly proposed a swap deal to Bayern Munich involving Christian Pulisic and Kingsley Coman. I mean, how do we feel about this? Why not Leroy Sané, man? Why Kingsley Coman? Kingsley Coman's all right, but is Kingsley Coman playing in France? Is he in the French team? Let me just have a look at this. Is Kingsley Coman in the French team? Kingsley Coman. Yeah, he is. He's in the French team. He came on for Ousmane Dembele. A lot of you guys are saying, yes, I would take Coman. Okay, looks like a lot of you guys are saying yes. Some who say you. Yes. I'll give you mine. I would go for Leroy Sané, man. I don't know why. I don't know, man. Have you guys been watching a lot of France? I've not really got to watch too much of France this World Cup as yet. I will definitely watch them against England very closely. But let me know live chat. How's Kingsley Coman been playing? Kingsley Coman's a good player. I'm not even going to lie. Like, he is a very good player. I've seen enough of him in Bayern Munich to know that he's a very good player. Far more explosive, I think. I think he's far more explosive than Christian Pulisic when it comes to 1v1. It is a swap that I would take, but I'm more annoyed that why Kingsley Coman? Why not Leroy Sané? For me, apparently Leroy Sané is getting linked with Arsenal. Like, these days, Arsenal seems to be getting linked with the right players. I would rather go for Leroy Sané, because Leroy Sané, to me, is not just he's got the pace, but he's got that vision. You know what I mean? He's got that assist quality in him. Explosive player. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat. Why don't we rate Juventus, both young and experienced players? If they do get relegated, prices of the players are going to get dropped drastically. Opportunity. Now, you're right. They're potentially looking at going to Serie B. It's going to be one of those ones where when they got relegated ages ago in Serie B as well, because of all this corruption and whatnot, it's probably going to happen again. But the thing is, I understand there is an opportunity. The thing is, some of these players, they just end up going to Serie A clubs anyway, man. They don't move outside of Serie A. A lot of their players will just end up being within Serie A. There could be opportunities. I'm not going to lie. There could be opportunities. Paul Pogba could be up in the market. Do you want to take Paul Pogba? We'll see. I agree with you, Miz. I would rather get Leroy Sané, not Coman. He's not playing. If we were buying, I wouldn't want to sell Sané, so it's understandable. Yeah, I get you. But wasn't it not that long ago that there was rumors that maybe Sané is the one that's going to leave Bayern Munich? There was talks about Gnabry, Sané, Coman, all of these players. So Kingsley Coman is injury prone. That's another thing as well. He does get injured. He can't seem to put consistent amount of matches together. So that is also a very good point. Miss Coman is very good, but he has been known to be injury prone, but is more explosive than Pulisic. Yeah, there is no doubt about him being more explosive than Pulisic. The other thing that I want to ask you guys, is it like, have we completely given up on Christian Pulisic? Like, are we finally done as a fan base? Like, and I know I don't want everyone to just look at the World Cup that he's had. He's had a decent enough World Cup. I'm not going to lie. He had a decent enough, not like ecstatic World Cup. He had a decent enough World Cup. And we're going to talk about Hakim Ziyech as well. Like, are we in the same place with Christian Pulisic as well, that we're done? See you later. I don't care what you've done in the World Cup. It's time to go. Like, is that where we are at the moment? Or are we still willing to see till the end of this season to see where it goes? I mean, where do you guys sit on that? Because I feel like Christian Pulisic, Kingsley Coman, I'm not really feeling it. If it was Leroy Sané, fair enough. But Kingsley Coman for Christian Pulisic, you might as well just keep Christian Pulisic. I get it. Kingsley Coman far more explosive, 1v1, I understand. But Kingsley Coman is also inconsistent, is also injury prone. Similaristic sort of attributes like Christian Pulisic in terms. Do you know what I mean? So if it's that case, I'd probably rather keep Christian Pulisic and see where it goes. But then again, if Graham Potter doesn't want to use him, you might as well get someone that you want to use. Do you know what I mean? The fact Pulisic has only played in his preferred position in Lampard's first season, for his sake, he should leave. That's probably a good point. It really is. For his own sake, I suppose. Yes, we are done with Pulisic, too injury prone and inconsistent. We've seen enough. Fair enough. I mean, it is his fourth season. So if we sit here and say that, I've not seen enough of him, I'm still a little bit confused now. I think we have. We have seen. And maybe at this point, as Balak CFC said, maybe for his own sake as well, like, you're probably not going to get used enough. Maybe you need to move on. Let Potter swap to a 4-3-3 and see if Pulisic, Ziyech working that before selling in the summer. And this is interesting. Now I really want to talk about the Ziyech situation. I watched Eunice's video yesterday post the match of Portugal and Morocco, and he was starting a dialogue about Hakim Ziyech, and he said that he's going to speak about this post World Cup, and he's like, he does not want Hakim Ziyech to leave. And I don't know, it got me thinking. Obviously, a lot of you guys will know I love Hakim Ziyech. Some of you will say I'm biased and whatnot. It is what it is for you guys to decide on that. Valan, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. But Coman has trophy luck, serial winner. That is true. He's seen a lot of trophies. Before we talk about Hakim Ziyech and in the sense the way we've talked about Christian Pulisic, ladies and gentlemen, over 130 live, and we've only got 30 likes. Please smash the like button. Honestly, I sincerely ask each and every one of you guys to smash the like button. Let's push it all the way to 100 likes. I love to get 100 likes within the live stream, and then anything after that is always a bonus. The growth of the channel, and if you enjoyed the channel, because I know you enjoyed the channel, because I see a lot of you guys are regulars here on a day-to-day basis, so I know you enjoyed the channel. and you enjoy the interaction, smash the like. But if you're here for the first time as well, subscribe. If you want this channel to grow, bump up those likes, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely bump up those likes. Okay, getting back to the Hakim Ziyech situation. Let's have a look at what Joe Cole had to say first up. Joe Cole on Hakim Ziyech. He just looks like a happier player for Morocco. He's had a very difficult time at Chelsea, and he hasn't had a rhythm to this game. The Premier League doesn't suit him. It's aggressive up and down. And there was another talk, Joe Cole saying that he's never seen Hakim Ziyech work this much before. Let me see, Joe Cole Ziyech. Like he's never seen. Joe Cole has criticized the performance of both Christian Pulisic and Hakim Ziyech during Chelsea's. Okay, that's old. That's old as well. Yeah, this one. I haven't seen him ever put in a shift like that at Chelsea in the years I have watched him. He was sensational for Morocco tonight. This is Joe Cole in regards to Hakim Ziyech. Look, I've seen Hakim Ziyech play well for Chelsea, man. Come on. I'm not going to sit here and say that I've not seen this guy work hard for Chelsea. I have seen him work hard for Chelsea. Has it happened often enough? No, it hasn't happened often enough. There's been injuries as well. There's been times where he's completely disregarded, which obviously, diminished his morale. Look, however you want to put it, whether you say that's weak mentality, that's feeble, like whatever you want to say about Hakim Ziyech, one thing we probably need to understand is he's a player that is very much dependent on confidence. He's a player that needs love. Now, you can sit there and go, Miz, I can't. I've got no time to give love. You get paid by Chelsea Football Club, you come in and you do your job. But we do need to understand every player and their human qualities as well. Like, what do they bring? Not everyone is same as another player. Do you know what I mean? Like, not everyone is the same sort of players. Every player has different mentality. Every player has different characteristics. How do we get the best out of them? That's the manager's job, right? Now, do we want players that need the love, that need the affection? I just need players to come in and do their thing. Every team wants that, but there are going to be times, like for example, Romelu Lukaku is another one of those. He feels needed, he feels wanted. Do you know what I mean? Hakim Ziyech is in that same mold as well. The reason why Hakim Ziyech is apparently killing it at the moment, and this is exactly as per his manager in Morocco, saying that he gives the love, he gives him the love, and he fights back for the manager. And the manager is absolutely okay with that. The Morocco coach has said they have a deal. I give him the love, I give him the confidence, he then returns it back in abundance. So as a manager, I think you need to understand not every player is going to be the same. You do need to find what ticks each and every one of those individuals. Now, I don't know, man, and I want to ask you guys the same question. The way I asked about the Christian Pulisic one. Are you guys done with Hakim Ziyech as well? Does Hakim Ziyech need to leave? Do you agree what Joe Cole said? I haven't seen him ever put in a shift like that at Chelsea in the years I have watched him. He was sensational for Morocco tonight. Do you agree? Do you agree with Joe Cole? I mean, let's see what you guys have to say. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat. I say we should cash in on them while their stocks are high, plus the tempo of international football lower than Premier League. They might revert back to previous form. Perhaps you're right. Perhaps the World Cup is probably not the right barometer. And I think this is where we need to be careful about judging few players. And this is why people use the league form as the barometer, because that's week in, week out. You get to see exactly what's happening. World Cup, yes, the pace could be a little bit slower. But then again, Morocco has come up against some really quality teams, man. Like, Morocco's played against Croatia. They're not bad, not the greatest either, but Croatia's midfield is really good. Their defense is good. Belgium as well. Yeah, yes, an aging Belgium team, no doubts about that, but there's some technical players there. Spain is not a bad team at all. They had to defend heavily Morocco, so they've come up across some very, very good team. So see what you guys are saying. Yes, Ziyech can leave the summer, not January. So you're saying summer, not January. Let me have a look what Shubra is saying. Just tweeted something. Let me have a look at that. Pitch owners, the new Chelsea owners have committed to redevelopment of the stadium, so it is anticipated the group workload will increase as the project begins to take shape. Okay, well, there you go. The redevelopment of the stadium will start happening. And I think Advaid has shared something as well. Official, Eden Hazard has retired from international football. Wow. That's huge news. I'm not surprised, though. I'm not surprised. It is time to move on. A page turns today. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your unmatched support. Thanks for all the happiness shared since 2008. Decided to end my international career. The succession is ready. I will miss you guys. Once. Anyway, I don't get that symbol. Once then symbol. Anyway, hashtag a page turns today. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your unparalleled support. Thank you for all the happiness shared since 2008. I've decided to put an end on my international career. The succession is ready. I will miss you. Okay, well, yeah, it's pretty much repeating what he said. But look, I'm not surprised. I am not surprised that that's happened. Yeah, Belgium needs to move on, man. Belgium needs to move on, and I think with Eden Hazard as well, he probably needs to move on from Real Madrid. It's just not worked out for him. He probably needs to start winding down his career and start looking at MLS. You know, there's a lot of teams that would probably like him. But coming back to Ziyech's situation, I don't know, man. I feel like there is value of keeping someone like Hakim Ziyech, but once again, down to Graham Potter. If Graham Potter doesn't utilize someone like Ziyech and just keeps benching him, then I got no issues. Then he needs to be moved on. But you can see there is qualities in Ziyech, man. There is some good quality, man. Like, this guy's not a rubbish player. He's a baller. He really is. Omo, Ziyech just doesn't suit the Prem, and it's getting more physical every season, but I hope I'm wrong. I mean, do you guys remember under Frank Lampard, before he got injured and then Frank Lampard obviously got sacked, there was a period where he was playing under Frank Lampard and he was looking great, man. He was really looking good. Is it really the physicality, or is it the position? Is it the style of football that Chelsea Football Club plays? Wouldn't Ziyech work in another club? Would he not work at, I don't know, would he not work at Man United? There's some rumors that maybe Ten Hag. Would he not work there? Would he not work in Liverpool? Would he not work in Man City? Like, is he just not good enough in the Premier League? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not really certain about this. Absolute nonsense that Ziyech can't hack the Premier League. We've forgotten how he... This is what I mean. This is what I mean. Look, I remember him under Frank Lampard, and he was great. He was great. Royston, Ziyech played the best under Frank Lampard. Same with Pulisic. Yep. If we're not going to use them, then we should sell them. And I think that's what it boils down to, doesn't it? We don't use them, then we might as well let them go. This World Cup is about the veterans, Thiago's, Pepe and Giroud, of course, Messi and Ronaldo. Ziyech doesn't suit a back three. I mean, we've seen Ziyech do so well in a back four, playing as the furthest right-sided player against, Spurs. We know we've seen him do well. He will work anywhere besides Chelsea. I think, look, if he ends up going to Serie A, I think he's absolutely going to kill it over there. Absolutely will kill it. So that's a little bit about that. Let's have a look at... I just wanted to touch up on another news. There is some talks about Josko Gvardiol that's going around. Apparently, Real Madrid are after Josko Gvardiol. We've already not been able to win the race for Endrick, and I'm not surprised. Endrick's moving on to Real Madrid. If you guys aren't aware, have a look at this. Real Madrid reportedly closing in on signing Chelsea target Endrick, and bad boy Fabrizio Romano tweeted about this as well. Real Madrid closing in on Endrick deal. Negotiations are progressing to final stages on personal terms too. Talks are very advanced with Palmeiras on 60 million fee plus taxes have been told. Full package will be 72 million. Real want to seal and sign the deal very soon. I mean, I'm not surprised that he's chosen Real Madrid. I'm very, very surprised for a 16-year-old, 72 million. That's insane. But it is what it is. But now there's talks about Josko Gvardiol. And there's Yunus Musa, which we'll touch on some other day. There's some rumors about that. But have a look at this. Josko Gvardiol's performance have attracted interest beyond just Chelsea, with Manchester City, Real Madrid, and Barcelona now ready to rival for bids. And I think some... Yeah, look at this. Real Madrid works to overtake everyone. A 90 million euro offer to Red Bull Leipzig for Josko Gvardiol is ready. It is the priority for Madrid defense. Chelsea's also working on this. Look, man, are we getting trumped again? Are we getting trumped up? Last summer we got trumped up by Barcelona, and it seems like this time it's Real Madrid. Look, I understand. I get it. I'm not one of those fans that are going to say, oh, why can't we compete against Real Madrid? Players would select Real Madrid above us. I'm not perturbed about that. I'm not angry about that. I understand where our levels are. I understand where Real Madrid's levels are. Can we one day reach back to, reach that Real Madrid levels? I hope so. But right now where we are with this new project, new owners, new everything, new manager, I get it. We are going to get beaten by some of these players. Shubra is saying, best part is Padilla is not that good source. Yeah, look, I mean, I'm not going to sit here, though, and argue about who's a good source. I think I want to use some logic here. Josko Gvardiol, look, here's the logic. Red Bull Leipzig has a good relationship with Top Volley. It's clear to see. Nkunku, Christopher Vivell, Timo Werner going back to Leipzig. So there's a good relationship there. So maybe we can do something with, and this is why I've been excited about Josko Gvardiol, right? Because I feel like this is a realistic situation. However, Josko Gvardiol has no tie. He has no ties to Chelsea football. He doesn't need to. Just because Todd Boehly has a good relationship with, Leipzig, that doesn't mean that Josko Gvardiol has to bend over backwards for Chelsea Football Club. No. If Josko Gvardiol has an opportunity to sign for Real Madrid, I think he will sign for Real Madrid. Modric plays for... I know some of you guys, hey, we got Kovacic at Chelsea. Why not? They got Modric over there, man. They got Modric at Real Madrid. Yeah, that's a big deal, man. That's a big deal. I think you'd have to say Modric's is a bigger star for Croatia than Kovacic. So if Gvardiol ever had a chance to, continue the Croatian legacy, he'd potentially go to Real Madrid. And if Real Madrid comes knocking on your door, you're not letting Real down. You're not letting Real down. As simple as that. But would it suck if we don't get a player like Gvardiol? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's not the end of the world. But what I'm trying to get to is, these players that we want, I just get a bit annoyed getting trumped up by all these other clubs. As I said last summer, Barcelona now looks like Real Madrid. Endrick, it was too easy, right, for Real Madrid, way too easy. And Josko Gvardiol, I'm starting to get worried. I am starting to get worried because if Real Madrid comes knocking on the door, Josko Gvardiol will potentially choose Real Madrid. But is it the end of the world if we don't get Josko Gvardiol? Probably not. Because we do have some good stocks in terms of CVs. As I said, Leroy Colwell, we've got some, Wesley Fofana that's building. So maybe I'm not worried. Maybe I'm not entirely worried. Valen, thank you so much for the super chat. We're going to wrap things up very, very soon. Not going to lie, seeing a lot of parallel with us and Moyes EFC. Yeah. suppose. But Real Madrid have too many CB. Militao. They've got Rudiger. They've got Alaba. Maybe they're setting up. Look, Real Madrid are really setting up for the future, aren't they? Real Madrid are setting up for the future. Tchouameni, Camavinga, Valverde, Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, Endrick, Gvardiol. That not many people are talking about their project. Their project is quite exciting. Now, Kante is a different beast. No one can replace full package of his ability, energy, dribbling, interception, tackles, reading of the game, his generational talent. I don't know, where did Kante conversation come from? It's interesting. Sometimes you guys in the live chat, you just go off to a tangent. Gvardiol is great, but we seem to go for the glitter, and we have an unpolished one in our hands. If Colwell was linked with Madrid, we'd be crying. So it's cool. Yeah, like prior to the World Cup, I wasn't too hyped up about Gvardiol. Obviously, the World Cup has shown me that, wow, this guy's actually a very, very good defender. But I still maintain my position. I don't think it's the end of the world if we don't get someone like Gvardiol. I think someone like Colwell is what we need to focus on. And we've got a lot of CVs, young CVs as well. Chalobah, Wesley Fofana. So adding Gvardiol, adding Colwell to that is going to be fantastic. So yeah. Point 44. Stop bringing up Colwell. Colwell can't even start for Brighton. Yeah, look, point 44. Look, I'm not bummed out if we don't get Gvardiol though. Like, surely point 44. You're not going to sit there and get worried that we're not getting Gvardiol. Like, can't compete against Real Madrid. Simple as that. Can't compete against Real Madrid. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. Only 39 more likes for 100 likes. We've got well more than 150 people live right now. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. I shall see you guys for another video later tonight, UK time, roughly around 8:30, 9 p.m. each time. Just wrapping up the day's transfer news or any other Chelsea news. Hopefully there's some news about the training that's going on. Obviously, we've got a match coming up against Aston Villa. The season, so you can call it a pre-season, I suppose, hot weather training session that's happening in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, sorry. So if there's any news on that, we'll talk about that. Until next time, everyone, take care and see ya. Hope you guys have a very, very good day.